Okay, let's hope that this was long enough for me to regain my energy. Um, so this is now part two of my 1,000 subscriber special Q&A. I didn't want it to be two parts. I just felt like I was running very low on energy to the extent where I just really couldn't talk very well or answer your questions just well. Well, I'm gonna still try my best on that, but hopefully, hopefully we'll be all there for the most part. Okay, so just want to remind cute lover that there will be comic dubs hopefully later this year. I'm within about a month or two tops. I just need to mentally get back into the game myself. It's just been really hard financially lately. I'm just still trying to climb myself back up. But especially with the fact that I have other things coming up this year. So, but I do want next year to be like the year where I finally improve myself, financially and mentally, and production wise. So, but that's a let's wait and see what happens game. All right. Okay. Naruto is go 2856. Do you watch Naruto? If so, what is your favorite character in the show? I'm gonna be respectfully honest. I don't really watch Naruto as like one of my shows. But I have heard of it. Um, I really don't really have a favorite character in mind. I'm being honest with this one. I mean, I heard of Naruto and I have seen a little bit of it, but I wasn't really invested in the show. There was several animes that I was invested in, even when they weren't airing on the TV at the time. I am into Dragon Ball and Inuyasha. Those are one of my favorite animes. Um, but Naruto, like I have heard of it, but respectfully, it didn't caught my eye. And honestly, I can't really pick a favorite character. So, and I'm sorry if you're offended by the question, but that's my answer. So, no, I don't. Lamelo Ball X8 XG. I hope I pronounced your name as best as I could, but and I probably butchered it, so I apologize. Are you going to Monster Jam in Newark later this year? Also, do you have any new monster trucks? I actually did get a couple of new ones. I will actually get a couple of them. Couple of them that I did get. I got I got I got Shield. I got to get a couple more Marvel trucks, and I also got BKT, the pickup version, and the 25th anniversary of Bad Habit. Also, recently, I got the Chevy Bel Air Avenger, the regular one, which I finally made, and I got the new Tool El Toro Loco. So there's a lot more, but that's just a prime example of how much I got. Got quite a lot. Just haven't got around to opening them still. So okay, that is a will see. Okay, as for Monster Jam in Newark later this year, that is a will see type of moment. I might be still doing something. I might be doing something else. There's also a Monster Jam in. Was this okay? There's also one in Syracuse. I kind of have that one up in the air because okay, but here is a major announcement. I will be going to Monster Truck Throwdown in hold on, I gotta look up the site. I'm not going to the one in Salinas. Like it sounds promising, and I do think it's going to be a cool event. If it's going to be uploaded on YouTube, I know that for sure. I will be watching it, and if it's a successful show, then hey, I hope they go back. That would be great. Okay, so that is actually going to be in a couple. Is that later this week? I think it is. This Saturday, I think it is. But Monster Truck Throwdown has potentially what could be the biggest show of the year in Fowlerville Fairgrounds in hold on, it needs to load. But I am going to the show. Monster Truck Throwdown is potentially having their biggest show at Fowlerville. I don't know if it's the exact town name, but it's in Fowlerville, Michigan, and it's going to have around 15 to 16 trucks. It's going to feature Jim Kohler and Avenger, Darren Basil and Blockhead, Jerry Beck and Dirt Crew, Kylie Kent and Frostbite, Elliot Miller and Sinistar Frontier with an old school paint scheme. We have Brent Fevley, I believe he is, in the Haymaker, Trine Robbins and Crazy Train, Little Miss Dangerous, Mayhem, though honestly I think it should have been Brutus. Plain Crazy, Psycho Circus, Smashosaurus, Tailgater, Terminal Velocity, and Uproar. There is like another slot on the site that I'm seeing. I think they should invite one more truck, but if they still do 15 trucks, it still could be good. But I'm gonna attend a Saturday event in Fowlerville for Monster Truck Throwdown, so hopefully it's good. They do have like two shows. I do think they're gonna save Saturday show for probably the biggest, as this is when they're probably gonna go all out for that. So I am gonna go to that. But as for Newark and Syracuse, it's kind of up in the air. So that's a we'll see. Okay, thank you for the question, Lamelo Ball. Okay, okay, Bloom. Okay, you did have another question. What do you think of Miraculous Season 6? Um, okay, the animation style, it's still gonna be a little bit more to get used to. Like, where most of us are still nostalgic about the old animation style. Um, but okay, that aside though, it is pretty fun, and like it is basically in one way giving us a vibe of giving us a fresh season like season one, like it's supposed to be the new era. Um, I do think for what we're getting so far, it does have promise. Like not just for the season, but like for the new era. So I would say so far it's pretty good, but I just really want them to step on the pedal and focus on like the main priority, which is secrets. So I'm not gonna ramble on, but I really hope season six does turn out amazing. Astruck said that it's the best by far. I really want to see it for sure, especially with the El Toro. I can't really pronounce it. It's like in Spanish, but it's one of the El Toro. It's not El Toro Loco, but it's an El Toro where Ivan is like the main focus, where his dad is revealed to be the criminal. The ending of that scene, oh my god, we're in for something majorly big and dramatic. And this is going to be quite controversial for me to say. A part of me thinks that Natalie is still evil, and a part of me believes that she's not, but it's like she's caught in it. So I think that if something is revealed, which is very likely going to be Marinette's secret, I think that Natalie is going to have some regret because like she couldn't bring herself to stop and prevent it from happening. So, but I just know, oh my God, we're in for something big. So bring it on. Overall, I do think there is some promise, but I hope it comes out just as good as Astra claims. Okay, thank you for the questions, Bloom. The Dragon Critic, aka Leo Bryan, expectations for summer of 2025. Um, Hopefully, if I go back to Cape Cod, I want to bring my mom on the dinner train on the Cape Cod Central train. Um, Hopefully, if I am also able to go back in Cape Cod, hopefully I'll go to the drive-in. Hopefully, I can go to the Squire. Hopefully, I can go to the Beachcomber. Hopefully, I'll have a good time in Cape Cod overall. Might not do the plane ride, but hopefully, it'll still be a good time. But I am also hoping that throughout the time, I will be able to get more opportunities in the monster truck industry, working for other drivers. I've been talking to some as best as possible, asking for like an opportunity. I have like a couple that I'm still reaching out, but hopefully throughout the season, I will be able to work on trucks there and there. What countries would you like to visit in the future? Paris is the easy one. Oh, and Tokyo, Japan. Maybe somewhere in Ireland I would like to go to. Mexico. I kind of. Oh, okay. Technically, I don't know if this would count, but I went to Canada last year, and I didn't spend a lot of time up there, but I spent enough time, and it was a really good. It was really interesting. Really hope one day I can go back to Canada, and that's on my vlog if you want to go check it out. Hopefully, also like if I go to Mexico, hopefully I will be I'll probably check out some parts of it, but I want to go to a part of Mexico that is safe. Um, Going to Italy would be pretty nice. Um, I don't know what else. China would be also be good. Uh, can't really think of any other channel. Oh, London. I really would like to go to England. That would be good. Uh, that's a that's really all I can think of at the moment. But like, yeah, those are interesting places that I would like to go to one day. What are you most excited to check out this year? Avatar 3 or Zootopia 2? Oh, that's a tie. Okay, my dad and my mom, my sister, they're basically much more bigger fans of Avatar. Um, Zootopia, I've been waiting a very, very long time for a sequel, especially with the chemistry that Nick and Judy had in the first movie. People shipped them. Maybe not as much as Poe and Tigress, like after Cuphead 2, but I really would like to see where their chemistry goes in the second movie. And hopefully, okay, maybe I'm gonna be cautiously optimistic about it. But if they were to get together at the end of the second movie and set up something big for a third movie and make it a trilogy, I'm all in. So I definitely would say I'm slightly more excited to check out Zootopia, but Avatar 3, I'm definitely going to check out, and I know that they're setting up something big for the franchise. So let's get going. But I would say I'm more excited for Zootopia 2. Most anticipated event for the rest of 2025. Okay, that's a little tough. I would say one of my most anticipated events of the year is GalaxyCon Animate in Philadelphia, uh, Charlotte Motor Speedway in the for the Charlotte Back to School Bash, um, and probably those are. Oh, and Fowlerville, Michigan. That's going to be in like a few weeks, or maybe another month or two. I forgot the date, but But uh, but those are my 3 anticipated events. I do believe that there's another one, but I can't really think of off the top of my head. But those are my 3 most anticipated events of the year. But yeah, and I'm also gonna consider going to Canfield, Ohio, for the Outlaw Monster Truck Drags. So definitely for sure. Okay, those are for sure my most anticipated events. And again, I might have more, but that's all I'm going to list at this very moment. And what movie would you like to see be done in live action format? Okay, this is also quite controversial, but Miraculous Ladybug. Okay, there has been talks of live action Miraculous, especially for a show. Okay, for a show, I don't think it would work, but for a movie, I do think it's much more possible that way. Um, I think there has been like cancellations and or delays because of some riots going on over candid election candidates or something, or politic riots, or I think it's also a productivity that they were unable to provide. But I would like to see, okay, like there has been like fan made live action variations of Miraculous Ladybug that we've seen on like say short series and short films, but as a production like that we would see on the big screen, official or not, I really would like to see Miraculous Ladybug in live action format. I think it could be a good take, but I just hope they're also more done in a much more realistic fashion, like Marinette not being a stalker. Like she does have feelings for Adrian, but she's much more of like a shy, clumsy girl, kind of like what the animated movie did. So that would be really good. But that's one of them. I think also I really don't know. Actually, okay. I also technically I think we in one way we did get Hell of a Boss in live action in one way, but it was mostly like for the Shake My Hand in characters or when Brandon Rogers does like an ad or a short promoting like the Hell of a Boss merchandise. Um, I think like also if they're able to, okay, actually this is much more possible for them to do it in live action. I think when if it comes to Hell of a Boss and or Has Been Hotel, I think it's much more possible for Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel to be more done in live action. It would still be possible for something to be done for a movie, unlike on say the big screen, but I think on Broadway it would work because like if you were to see Brandon Rogers and Erica Henningsen portray both Blitz and Charlie, and or maybe Christina V, it gets into outfit for Veronica, and every other actor is in costume for the character. I think it would be very, very, very fun to see. So that's how I would see that. So yeah, but would overall my main answer. I would like to see Miraculous be done in live action in an official way. And so, thank you for the questions, Leo Bryan, and hopefully I was able to answer your questions good as possible. Okay, Kill Us Skull Fam 3052. Number one, have you read any books? I have read some books in my day. It was mainly like short, kiddie like books. I'm not really much of like a reader of like actual books, but if I had I think I've read I don't know. I really don't really I don't know. I'm not really those one of those I'm not one of those people that are like into like those textbooks like where you're reading like chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter it goes on. um no, no, I'll just say it. I'm not really into that. I'm sorry, but I mean I did read some books in my day, but I'm just not really a book enthusiast. But yeah. Do you still collect action figures? No, I do not. After I sold all the action figures after I did Ring of Pain and all that stuff, I ran out of space and I wanted to make more room for my diecast. So yeah, I sold all my action figures and I haven't collected any action figures since then. If I were to collect an action figure now, it would be for like a autograph purpose and then like maybe resell it. So yeah. So no, I don't. What monster truck do you like the best? That's a tough one. Oh God, I can't really answer that. I love so many trucks in my day. I don't know if you mean by indie or Monster Jam. I probably would say which truck I like the best. I would probably say uh in the collection, I would say OCD Meltdown Bailey because I just felt like Ryan Albin, Monster Jam OCD was like the leader of like Spin Master. Like okay, I don't think he is, but like he was like one of the masterminds behind Spin Master Monster Jam, which is like amazing. Um, if it comes to like real life, I would say like T Max was one of the trucks I idolized. I think it was mainly because not only I think it was the colors on that truck that really made it stand out for me. That made me really like. Oh, actually, the truck I really liked the best was Spider Man when it had the cheetah body from like 2010 era. That was my favorite monster truck of all time. Oh, and also, oh, my favorite monster truck actually of all time is Carolina Crusher. Second behind it is Gravedigger. But Carolina Crusher from like the 2010, 2014 era to like 2017 when it was with Monster Jam. Okay, granted, the body was not the best or the body style was not the best. And I really felt like the retirement should have been done a lot better, especially at Sam Boyd Stadium when it had every other chance. But I felt like that was where I idolized that truck so much. So I will say Carolina Crusher. When will we get to see you and Cool McGee go to WeebCon? Okay, I think I answered this question a long time ago when I was still using Lego Fan 6. And this is also if Tyler was with me right now, and don't take it out of context, please. Um, if Tyler was with me right now, sitting next to me, I want this to also be his decision. Um, I'm not going to be going to WeebCon this year. I mean, we do have one. We have the one in Texas I didn't get to go to. The one in Indianapolis I could go to, but I'm not. It's mainly because I want to take it easy and take a step back. I already went to a couple of cons that were already a good amount of money as it is for me to spend. And I also have about 2 or 3 more other cons that I go into this year. The biggest one later this year in October being Animate in Philadelphia. But yeah, it costs money primarily for the merchandise and meeting your idols when whether if you want to take a picture or get an autograph. That is like so much. And especially when I went to GalaxyCon in Richmond, I had to pay to take pictures and get autographs from several wrestlers that were there, like Booker T, Ric Flair, Mick Foley, and all those other guys, Kurt Angle, Kane. Um, so no, I'm not gonna be going to WeebCon this year. And even if I were to invite Tyler to go to a con with me, he, I want him to try to share the money with me. And I know I'm gonna be stirring some hate with this answer, but no, regardless, if I'm going with Tyler or not, we're not going to WeebCon this year, or I'm not. So I'm sorry, and I do apologize if this answer is gonna stir it up. And I know you're gonna contradict my words or whatever, but respectfully, no. No, we won't go on a WeebCon. Like whether if it's myself or with Tyler, no, we're not gonna be going. And so I do apologize. Okay, Killer Skull fam. Okay, thank you for the questions, and I'm sorry. I tried my best, but hopefully I was able to do good. Okay, Gen X Mabels 9151. Okay, number one, thoughts on Dragon Ball Daima. Um, Okay, yeah, I am a fan of Dragon Ball. Okay, when it comes to like say Dragon Ball Kai, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball Super, I'm a huge fan of those. Dragon Ball Daima, I gotta look up the plot of it, but I don't know. I just felt like it wasn't really catching my eye. Like after the Dragon Ball Super, I just felt like okay, like if they're gonna be setting up like a new series, I hope they can follow through. Like especially if it comes to Frieza, if Dragon Ball Daima does follow through on that plot, then I will definitely check it out. But from what I saw on like the profile, being that it's following, I think it's following along with Goten and Trunks. Like they're good characters, but honestly, I just felt like I didn't really see the purpose of this series. And don't get me wrong, it is Dragon Ball. They can make as much as they want, especially with Akira Toriyama. They want to carry on the legacy. Uh, but honestly, I just felt like this one didn't really catch my eye all that much, respectively. So I have mixed feelings on this, respectively. Number two, have you seen The Punisher? If not, if you have not seen it, it is really good. Okay, I am sure it is really good. I will have to give it a chance. I do think I have Netflix. If it is on Netflix, I will check it out on my free time. No, I have not, but I do. I will check it out for sure. Uh, Number three, when will you go back to making skits? This is a really tough one. I really want to go back to making skits when I'm able to. Mentally and financially, I am drained and I'm stressed. I don't want to be in this situation anymore, but I really want to fight to get myself back to where I want to be, to just to keep myself stable, especially if it comes to making videos again like the way that I used to. So, probably not for a while, and I really hate for that to be like that. So I really hope if it comes to like next year, if I'm able to have the free time, hopefully we'll get another skit. But it's just not going to be on like a full time basis, but like much more part time. But hopefully around either later this year or next year, especially like maybe one day if I get a girlfriend, or maybe like if me and Tyler manage to get back to like having much more time as possible to do some stuff together. Maybe we'll see. Maybe even we'll include more friends. But hopefully it won't be too long, but I feel like it will be a while. So thank you for the questions, Gen X. Creepypasta 5064. Number one, have you heard any new creepypasta recently? Not that I know of, but I do love listening to creepypasta, but I just really love listening to the old classic ones like Teddy, anything to do with Slenderman, or Jeff the Killer, as long as they're able to provide like a good written story or audio drama version of it. Um, but yeah, I love listening to creepypasta. Hopefully, I'll listen to more soon. But like, I just know for a fact that like there's some fictional ones that don't that kind of like make it a little bit more confusing. Like, but I really like listening to the ones that make it sound like it's based on a true story. But but yeah, I just feel like the old ones are the classics. Number two, have you seen The Last of Us show? Do I know that one? Oh, it's a drama series. Oh, I mean, I didn't really hear of it, but it didn't really catch my eye, respectively. If it's that good of a show, let me know and I will check it out. I think the title makes it sound like where it's the last of our kind. Wow. Uh, if it's on Netflix, maybe I'll save that on my watch list. What superheroes that did you idolize growing up? Spider Man. Spider Man. I idolized Spider Man growing up. A lot of people idolize Spider Man. There is a good handful of people that idolize like other heroes like Superman, Batman, Captain America, Wolverine, Deadpool. There is definitely like I love those heroes, but me personally and basically other millions, Spider-Man was my hero growing up. And I still am a fan of Spider-Man, even to this day. Okay, okay, thank you for the questions, Creepypasta. Um, Anime Girl. Okay, big congrats on 1,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. Um, yeah, the light is kind of like going dark and brightening. It's basically because of these windows right here, and I apologize. Nothing I can do about that. But thank you, Anime Girl. Okay, number one, when will you and Tyler do another collab? If so, take all the time you guys need. Love you. Thank you. Okay. I really hope one day when we are able to have the time, we can do another collab. And don't worry, we haven't abandoned each other. But I feel like I want to give Tyler his space so he can finally go and find a better job, just so he can keep himself up and improve his life. But it might not be for a little while, but one day though, if we're able to, we will do something that maybe even involves his brother. Maybe when if he moves out, maybe we'll do a skit around that. But a Q&A is much more possible one day. But we'll definitely keep a collab in mind. Um, and thank you for respecting our time. And yeah, patience is the key, guys. Believe me. I was a kid too, so I understand patience. It was hard. Number two, do you see any new shows? Have you seen any new shows lately? Like the most recent that I got into watching was basically Hell of a Boss, and I gotta get a Prime Video account just so I can see the full episodes of Hell of a Boss. No, Has Been Hotel. Excuse me. Um, I think, but apart from that, no. But if there is like a Sonic show that happens to get announced, I know that there's something being announced for the Shadows show, which has potential to be better than the Knuckles show, which I could check it out. But apart from that, no, not really. And I don't really watch TV as I used to do when I was a kid, so I do apologize about that. So no. How was your weight journey loss? Which is the final question. It's been kind of up and down. Like it's a struggle, and this is what a lot of people do. Like they say, "Oh, I want to lose weight. I want to improve myself physically," and it's a hard thing to do, especially if you have like a craving for like when it comes to like food like pizza or having like a cup of soda, stuff like that. It's really hard to lay off. And so it's been up. When I mean by it being up and down, there's days where I will eat healthy, like say protein shakes and yogurt, and there will be days where I will have a cheat day and have like a burger, French fries, pizza, soda, and all that junk, you know. But it's really hard for me to maintain, and I'm trying to keep my promise that I need to lose weight to at least just get enough to have like a flat stomach, but not like get shredded abs, you know. But so, and my cousin's birthday, one of my cousins, Lauren, is it's her birthday this upcoming Saturday. So after after this weekend, I want to try to get back on my roots. Like I want to try to get back to eating healthy and be a little bit more active, like say move around. And this is what Grim said on his Grim experience. One of the things the main thing you need to do if it comes to losing weight is move. Don't sit around like all day, like do a couple of sit-ups, move around, go for a walk, go for a jog. I even have a job. I work at a warehouse which is a physical job where I'm basically using my body, right? So hopefully after this weekend I will get back on roots where I will eat mostly healthy. I really need to get back on the game, but it's been kind of up and down, to be honest. Okay, anime girl, thank you for the questions, and hopefully I did good with your questions. Dembone6111. Hey man, huge congratulations by hitting 1,000 subscribers. Keep it up. Thank you very much. Number one, why is the Cool Nation always after you? For what reason? I see no reason why they're hitting on you. Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna try to be as nice as possible with this question as possible. Okay. Uh, I honestly don't really have a good answer, and like I said, I'm gonna stir up some anger from them if they're watching. But I remember one time, like when I was asked a question, like why does Tyler clickbait so much? I kind of was like, well, oh, I think he did this, I think he did this, blah blah blah. And then Tyler did text me during the live stream, and then he disagreed with what I said. But then like that's when the Cool Nation would take this idea and they would be like, "Oh, this guy's a jerk. He disrespected Tyler." And I honestly don't even know. And one time even I don't know if this was part of the Cool Nation or I don't know if this was one of the other guys, but one time, and this is one of the reasons why we haven't done the live streams to WWE events or even AEW events, that we were trying to react to a pay per view, and then it's at first it started off pretty harmless with people saying, "Oh, these guys are gay. These guys are gay. They make out with each other in the bed." Blah blah blah. And it got a little annoying after about a few minutes because it was nonstop. And then like it got to a point where someone was leaking my address and mocking Tyler for losing his house, losing his pets to a fire, and all that stuff. And then like this is where I don't know. That was one of the things. I honestly think the Cool Nation is like toxic, respectively. Like they're coming at me for no good reason. Like I'm not trying. I don't call people by names. If I'm if I'm trying to answer a question respectively, if I'm asked why does Tyler do this, why do you think Tyler does that, then I'm not giving a true answer. I'm guessing. Would I be wrong? I would probably be wrong 100% most of the time. But but then they would try to make an excuse. Like every time I try to come across as a nice person trying to say why I think this is happening when Tyler makes these choices for YouTube, it turns into a dumpster fire. And so like I just think the Cool Nation, the quote unquote Cool Nation, I don't have a fan base myself as far as I understand, but I don't know. I just feel like respectfully, these people are toxic. They have nothing else better than to just pick on me over a misunderstanding of an answer. If Tyler disagrees with me, then it's fine. When it comes to like a healthy friendship, a friend is not always going to agree with what you made, with what you did, with what choice that you make. So basically any reason there's like a reason that they want to bring up to come after me. So I'm pretty sure they're going to come after me after this stream. So I have no idea. So yeah, I have nothing else to say. But yeah, the Cool Nation, you guys just really need to chill out. You need to take it easy and understand what real life is all about. Number two, do you think Tyler should stop clickbaiting? I want it to be up to him, and I cannot make a decision for Tyler. I'm going to say that right now. I'm not making a decision for Tyler. What I'm saying is not a fact. It's mainly up to Tyler. If he wants to continue clickbaiting, so be it. But I honestly believe in making a real video about what's really about. I twisted words. I've always believed that if you're going to make a video that's around, like, say, oh, I got picked on by a Karen, I was racially profiled. It needs to show the video of like what actually happened. If anyone is like telling the story, but while also providing some video clips or providing a paper that is a piece of evidence that this happened, that's the real video that we want to see. Like clickbaiting, if it's only gonna be a video of a person talking about something else diverted from the subject that the video promotes, I honestly don't. I'm honestly not a big fan of that. Respectfully, okay. But okay. But look, if Tyler wants to, if he wants to continue clickbaiting, I'll let him do it. And like I said, I'm not making a decision for Tyler. But in my opinion, if Tyler wants to make a video that surrounds an actual video that's like a skit or something like that, I'm all in for it, and I support him 100%. I hope he makes it to the fullest, but I want it to be his decision. And number three, what is your take on the Cool Nation? And be honest. Okay, I I think I actually did answer this. Honestly, I think they're toxic and they overreact. Like if whenever I say some stuff out of respect, and if I say something, whether if I say unintentionally or not, they turn it into a dumpster fire for no good reason, and they take it as if I'm being some sort of smart or some sort of jerk when I'm not. I'm trying to be respectful as possible. Like I said, if Tyler were to, text me right now and say, "Hey, I disagree with what you said," that's all you guys need to know. And if he says, "Hey, you're being a jerk. I don't like what you're saying." I apologize. That was all you need to say. That's all. And there's no need to escalate something that already is bad enough, and then you're trying to mentally tear down someone. And respectfully, I think the Cool Nation should just stick to watching Tyler. If you're gonna come after someone else, okay, let's say if there's another YouTuber out there that is talking shit about Tyler, and I do apologize for that. If there's other jerk YouTubers that are gonna talk crap about Tyler in some ways and claim that, oh, he's a hypocrite, oh, he's this, and these are not my words. These are not my words. I'm just making an example. But if they're gonna be saying some stuff like that, go after them, because like they can say, oh, and then they can go after them and say, oh, okay, this guy's a complete jerk, he's really saying some stuff that's offensive. And oh, okay, and I see, Mark, he's not intentionally saying these things, he's not trying to be such a jerk, he's saying this stuff by mistake. And so that's the difference. So they should be understanding of which guy is a moron and which guy is respectfully honest. Excuse me. They should understand which is a moron and which is an honest guy who slipped up on words. So honestly, I think the Cool Nation should just really do better. Okay, Dean Bones, thank you for the questions, and hopefully they were good enough. Uh Still got, okay, we have a few more questions. Okay, finally. And it's been nearly 40 minutes, so we would have been going on for 2 hours. Uh, Skullmania 4622. Hello, Mr. Markey. Here are my questions. Number one, are you planning to go to SummerSlam this year? Oh, I really wanted to go, especially with the fact that it's at MetLife Stadium. I really wanted to go, and so did Tyler. But I looked at the seats, and what do you know? Second floor, $600 per seat. 10, 25, 30 grand for the lower section. $200 for the third section up top. The seats are outrageous, especially like if it comes to like NFL. The prices are outrageous. Monster Jam still has like fairly expensive seats too, but they're not as high. But you should look at the seats for SummerSlam. We can't, attend SummerSlam if it also includes like, buying a ticket for the train or stuff like that and spending like over $1,000 for Tyler, and then like say, and I'm only gonna say sample. If Tyler, this is why we want Tyler. Hopefully, if he's able to get a better job and then get better pay and improve his life, he can like say, I pay, like say, let's say I pay for both seats. I spend over $1,000, and then he eventually pays me back his half for the seat. Like I just feel like I don't want to take the chance of buying some stuff while I'm already in a rut as it is. So no, I really want to go, and I know Tyler would like to go, but being that the seats are already as expensive as they are, it's just outrageous. And plus, there is some pay-per-views out there that are just like there is some that are good, but like they're but being like seeing like how WrestleMania turned out, even if it was mostly good, um, I'm a little unsure about whether SummerSlam is going to be outstanding or not. It might be though, but who knows? But no, I really would like to go, especially being that it's at MetLife. But no, I don't think I can, mainly because the seats are outrageously expensive. Um, how long have you been a fan of WWE? Since 2014, so 11 years. I mean, it sounds crazy, and I am nostalgic about the past WWE, like the Attitude Era, the Ruthless Aggression Era. But that's how long I've been a WWE fan since I was like full time watching. So quite a long time. Have you heard any Sonic rumors or news lately? Okay, I have heard that Shadow is supposed to get his own spin-off show, and I think Rouge was supposed to be. I think Rouge is supposed to be a part of it, but and I know that Sonic 4 is in the works. And as far as rumors, I don't really know what I was hearing about, but I hope that if they bring back a Sonic cartoon or make a new show, I hope it's like a follow-up sequel to like Sonic X, but like it has like a new format. I have heard rumors though that Chris Thorndike is supposed to be back, and I heard that he has gotten hate being a useless side character or stuff like that. Like as a kid, I really did like Chris because like I really liked the chemistry. I did like his chemistry with Sonic, and I thought he was fun and entertaining. I think it would be really nice to see how he comes back as maybe as a young adult, and then maybe he comes to back help. He comes to help out Sonic over something, and then like if it comes to like the very end of that series, he moves back. He goes back to his normal life. But but as far as news and announcements and rumors go, that's as much as I was able to know what was coming out. So those are all I heard. So Skullmania, thank you for the questions, and hopefully I did good. And we have about 3 questions left. So here we go. First, okay, Chains of Dragons 4800. First things first. Okay, if I'm butchering a bunch of usernames, I do apologize. I'm trying my best. Okay, first things first, I want this cat out of the bag. I'm generally curious. Oh, this is another. I'm not. I forgot about this one. This is another one of these people ranting on about why I'm not like doing. I'm generally curious about. Like, okay, yeah, my growth on YouTube, like, if Lego Fan Power 6 was still active, it definitely would have been spectacular. I would say my growth as Lego Fan Power 6 has been spectacular, where I started as an idiotic kid with a camera up until growing into a person making better videos, better content, and nearly hitting 100K subscribers. Um, why is Tyler's channels, I think he's doing very well. Yeah, he might not have 100K right now. He'll eventually get there one day. Especially that like if he's at one at like say how do I say it? If he's at say like 1,500 subscribers to 2,000, I think that's good. That's a good. His growth is pretty good, and it's gonna take time. Growth does not, splurt out like a flower. It takes time. It's like a slow moving train day by day where you can improve as a creator. Um, I don't this I really don't understand. And I'm not even getting any success from here. Like I'm barely getting anything. Like I want this channel to be like to be able to provide when it eventually gets a lot bigger over time. But Tyler, I really don't want to delve into this question. This question is like one of the prime examples of. I said the username, did I? Yeah, I did. This I really don't want to give him so much attention. Um, but growth is going to happen at a slow pace. This is, like I said, this is one of the prime examples of like when it comes to me and Tyler's friendship, Tyler's growth as a YouTuber, my growth as a YouTuber. Like, why can't we just respect which one of us is, you know, we're okay with where we are right now? Um, but yeah, I'm not gonna dwell too much into this, but this is just one of the prime examples. Like, I'm not gonna dwell too much out of this. Honestly, I'm not gonna talk more about into this. I already told about like the Cool Nation and all that stuff. And if it comes to me and Tyler's growth as YouTubers, just leave it at where we are. And uh, for the people that are like agreeing with him, honestly, please do better. But for the people that are like sticking up for me, uh, that are sticking up for me when it comes to like toxic people, thank you very much for supporting me. It means a lot. Okay, so two more now. Jane the Killer 5524. Number one of my thoughts on Jey Uso's title run. It's a little bit I don't know, it feels a little bit stale at the moment, but it's very well deserved. I think his reign can be improved a bit more, but it's a very well it but Jay's growth as a wrestler has been outstanding, from going from a tag team wrestler up until a main eventer, literally. Him having the world title defines him as a main eventer just beautifully. So, very well deserved. Though I do hope it gets better over time, where it shows his growth, you know, getting better and better and better up until a point where maybe he can win the WWE Championship itself. But but his growth as a singles wrestler is gonna get better over time. I'm very hopeful about that. But thoughts on Jay Uso's title run? Very well deserved, and I hope his run is just good. And I hope he doesn't lose it in a most mediocre way. Number two, will you do a Q&A with Tyler sometime in the near future? Absolutely. I definitely will. And doing a Q&A with Tyler is much more easier than doing a skit, at least at this very moment. Just being that we want to try to improve ourselves mentally, phones going off, fixing ourselves mentally and financially and getting ourselves back to where we used to be like when we were younger. So hopefully one day we'll get the free time that we need, but doing a Q&A together is much more easier and a much more simpler thing to do. But so this one, yes, there definitely will be a Q&A featuring him in the future. Thoughts on Tyler quitting weed? Okay, this one I'm going to play along with. I don't remember if it is true. Tyler needs to confirm to me if it is true, if it did happen, but I'm gonna play along with this. If he was doing weed, and if he did quit, which I'm sure he definitely would have, which I definitely think he did, I think it's good for him because that is one of the steps of him improving his life. Because like if he gets out of that rut, if he is out of that rut and he gets a better job, which he needs, which I hope he does at some point in time in the future, then he is setting himself on a good path. So whether if I think he was doing weed or not, like I said, I'm just playing along with this question. Him quitting weed was the best thing to do. Okay, not that I condone doing drugs. I do not. But weed is like basically the harmless out of all of them. But if he was doing weed and he did quit, then that was the best step for him. Have you ever tried the drink Guinness? Oh, I think I did. I drink Guinness. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I have drunk beer, but I'm not like a big drinker. I don't drink like whiskey or anything like that. Like if it becomes like a mix of like some sorts, if I'm gonna mix it with candy, then I'm all into that. Maybe I will try Guinness one day. I am a drinker, but being that I want to get back on a healthy path, I want to stay off of it. Like I don't really drink much. I drink there and there, but like not a whole lot. But But yeah, but just no, I don't think I drunk Guinness, but if it is good, maybe I will try it. Okay, and finally, WWE fan 6945. This is the last user. Thoughts on the rumor of Paige coming back to WWE in 2026. I hope it happens. I did hear about Paige departing from AEW. So, and I did hear about how she wants to retire eventually for good very soon. So, I hope if Paige comes back to WWE, she gets a much more better run than she had back in 2014 and 2017. I really would like her to win the tag team championship, the women's world championship, and the women's WWE women's championship at some point. I want her to have the best run possible before she leaves for good. So I really hope that the rumor of her coming back to WWE, whether if it's at SummerSlam later this year or in 2026, the Royal Rumble onward, I really hope it comes to fruition. Lumilau Ball, did you get my question yet? I think your question was about like if I saw the Last of Us series, if I have not mistaken. Or actually, I think you asked about the Dark Side of the Ring. Yeah, I did get. If you asked me about the Dark Side of the Ring question, then then yeah, you did ask me that. It was just in part one. It's towards the end of part one, so I did answer that. So yeah. Do you like Triple H running WWE or not? For me, he's ruining. Oh no, about Monster Jam. Let me. I'm sorry. Let me just check. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I think I asked. I think I answered this in the first part. I think you just didn't tune in yet. I did get your question, so thank you. Sorry, I actually mistook you for someone who commented on my part one video. Yeah, I did get your question. I'm sorry. Um, well, I'm mainly sorry that I mistook you for someone else, but yeah, I did get your question. I do believe it's earlier in the stream that you can go back and watch once this ends. Okay. Do you think Triple H? Do you like Triple H running WWE, or is he or not? For me, he's ruining WWE. Okay. Um, I on one end, I do think he's doing a decent job. He's definitely doing things a lot better than Vince McMahon in like the PG era. There's definitely things that he's doing good, like he's making the wrestlers cuss for real again, and he's unbanning some moves. I mean, who knows if he's gonna at least mention Benoit? I don't know. I don't know, but like, yeah. But there's definitely things that he needs to improve. He needs to put more spotlight onto the tag team division. And okay, um, there is definitely he definitely needs to give more spotlight to the tag team division. Like the tag team titles have been losing their prestigious, whether if it's the World Tag Team Championships or the WWE Tag Team Championships. They have been losing their spotlight recently, and the other mid cards have been not been getting much focus. It feels like he's more focused on like the primary titles, like say the World Heavyweight Championship, the WWE Championship, uh, or the titles that are getting the much more attention, especially that they want to build up some wrestlers. There's definitely things that he needs to improve on. So, do I think he's ruining WWE? Absolutely not. There's definitely a lot of things that he's been doing good. He's definitely doing a lot better than Vince McMahon in the PG era, but there's still things that he needs to fix. Like if they're still gonna, I know. Also, like not to mention that, like I think that they're doing just fine with how they're using CM Punk, but I hope that they're able, if Triple H is able to pull himself together and understand how to run a proper show when it comes to Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, NXT or pay-per-views, I really hope he can get himself together and understand how a story is supposed to go when it comes to every single one of these titles. So, do I think he's ruining WWE? Absolutely not. I think he's doing good, but there's definitely room for improvement, and I hope he does improve over time. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Do you think Roman Reigns should retire? Not yet. As long as he's in good health and as long as they're able to provide a good story for Roman Reigns, then then no, he doesn't need to retire yet. There's still a lot left in him. It's up to him. But if there is like some signs of of Roman, like, say, losing himself like in the ring, if he's like hurt or anything like that, then he would have to retire. But no, no, there's still a lot left in Roman. I mean, I'm not. I mean, I do like him, whether if it's the Shield Roman or the Bloodline Roman. And yeah, I don't like how he was reduced, but yeah, I do think that there's still a lot left in Roman, and I think that this new direction of Paul Heyman turning on both Reigns and Punk, this is going to lead to something much more interesting. So yeah, when will you and Tyler go to a wrestling event? Probably not for a while. It's probably because like we haven't heard from SWF. I think SWF really did close down some time ago, or I think they did. They just don't feature Grim anymore. If it comes to independent wrestling shows that are for a decent amount of money, we will keep our eyes out for that. If it comes to where we go to a wrestling event, if a local independent one is announced, or a live action or a WWE event, live house show is announced, if we are able to go to that, if the, if we're able to also do, like, say, a convention for wrestling events, then we're all in for it. Uh excuse me. Um we will keep a wrestling event in mind if there's one that fits our schedule and it's a good amount of money. So, but right now though, like I said, we want to focus on ourselves, take it down a notch, and wait until we're back up on our feet financially and mentally. So at the moment, not right now, but one day we definitely will go back to a wrestling event for sure. Okay, that is all the questions, guys. If I did miss your question, I will have to reply to it in a comment below. But this was part two, and this was my 1,000 subscriber Q&A special. And thank you guys so much for all the questions. Thank you guys so much for 1,000 subscribers, and thank you for the love and support that you provided me for all these years and up until this day onward. Thank you guys for everything, and that's gonna be it. Next time when I do a Q&A, it'll go back to do a. It will be a either a normal Q&A or it will be featuring Tyler. It depends. It depends. But another Q&A will definitely come one day. But here's what I can promise: there will definitely be more vlogs coming along the way, maybe around the summertime, and there's definitely more stuff coming. But I want to be sure that I'm in a good place financially and mentally, and I also want to be sure that I get some projects done. And whether if it's a comic dub or an un or a non YouTube related project, I want to be sure that I have all the free time I need just to put myself together. I also need to be sure to get myself together to where I have the energy where I can live life, do some stuff that I used to do, and hopefully, if I'm not so stressful, hopefully I'll be in a good enough place where I can, just be able to do what I'm able to do, whether if it's a skit or not. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for all the questions. This was Q&A number 2, 1,000 subscribers edition. Thank you for 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully we'll keep growing from this point on. Oh, I gotta get this real quick. What do you get at a post-show Monster Jam event? You just meet the drivers. Post-show, you just go to a post-show meet and greet where you can get more pictures and autographs. That's all. So yeah. But anyways, guys, thank you for all the questions, and thank you for all the love and support throughout the years and even to this day. So, and remember, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more videos along the way. I will keep in touch with you guys, and when another Q&A is announced, hopefully it'll be a regular video. And if it's another live stream, then hey, I have no problem with that too. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining this live stream, part 2, and I will see you guys later. I will see you guys another day, and this was Q&A number 2, 1,000 subscribers, live stream edition. And I will see you guys next time. And by the way, happy Memorial Day, everybody.